review has strongly criticised the way the government's anti-terrorism scheme handled the case of the Southport killer. Axel Rudakubana was referred 3 times to the Prevent scheme over his interest in terrorist violence. He went on to murder 3 young girls at a dance class. Well, today, the Security Minister, Dan Jarvis, told MPs it had been wrong to close the case simply because there was no evidence of political or religious motivation. Our political correspondent Romilly Weeks reports.
For the families of Elsie, Bebe and Alice, missed opportunity must be the cruelest words. Just 2 weeks after Axel Rudakubana was sentenced to life for the murder of their girls, a review of the actions of the counter-terror programme Prevent that he was referred to found exactly that. Prevent could have, should have, recognised the threat he posed.
The Prevent Learning Review found that there was sufficient risk for the perpetrator to have been managed through Prevent. It found that the referral was closed prematurely and there was sufficient concern to keep the case active while further information was collected.
Rudakubana was referred to Prevent 3 times in total. In 2019 for carrying a knife and searching online for school shootings. Prevent officers interviewed him and closed the case. In February 2021, pupils were concerned about social media posts and felt he was being radicalised. Prevent assessed the information and the case was closed. In April the same year, he was reported for looking up London bombings online and an interest in the IRA. No action was taken by Prevent and his case was closed for a 3rd and final time.
The Home Office has accepted all 14 recommendations of the report and Prevent is already being overhauled. One of the many failings in how Rudakubana was handled was the view that because he didn't have a clear ideology, he didn't make the bar for intervention, whereas repeated referrals and an interest in extreme violence should be red flags.
Prevent reviews aren't usually made public, but the government has announced others, including that into the killer of the MP, Sir David Amess, will be.
Well, Prevent failed my father because the guy that did it was referred to them and they should have stopped him. And in his court case, he actually stood up and said, well, of course, you just say you're not a terrorist and they leave you alone. He made a mockery of it. That kind of system isn't going to prevent anything. It's just allowing these people to go back in the community to commit these atrocious, evil acts.
The Prime Minister has already admitted the failings in the Southport case leap off the page, and there will be a public inquiry. As the families struggle with the unending pain of loss, they also have to deal with knowing it could have been different. Romilly Weeks, ITV News.